esta ocasión es el turno de Tad, una banda grunge creada en Seattle, fundada por Tad Doyle en 1988, junto a Kurt Danielson originariamente, a lo que luego se le sumaron Steve Weed y Gary Thorstensen. Tad soñó a Sub Pop, una gran compañía discográfica en el mundo del grunge.
In our own modest way, we were trying to recreate something that would stimulate people's imagination, because there are hundreds of thousands of bands out there, and there always are millions of bands, and the way that you're going to make a distinction is by, of course, first and foremost, making music that people care about, but they also want to care about the people who are making the music, and that, you create a mythology. They played the role.
Con ellos lanzaron su primer trabajo de estudio, God's Ball. Lo que marcó la diferencia de otras bandas de aquella época era que este disco mostraba un sonido mucho más pesado, con grandes influencias del banda de heavy de los 70s.
Not only did you have an incredibly heavy sound, but Tad was kind of an icon of heaviness, and visually lent another level of intensity to the music.
Luego de sacar este álbum, editan en 1990 un EP llamado Salt Lake.
That was the best and most effective sonic representation of the way that the Tad band actually sounded live.
We were tired when we came back. We put a lot into it. We poured ourselves into it. And, we did this EP, 7 songs in 3 days, recording and mixing.
It was like the recording of an accident, of a car accident. Nothing rehearsed. It was just a collision, and it was on tape.
Gracias a esto, consiguen varias giras y ser teloneros de Nirvana, que por aquella época no eran tan conocidos como lo serían años más tarde.
That tour with Tad was the tour. These were the neutron bomb bands of Seattle.
We're playing in the UK with Nirvana, and it's just complete mayhem. Kids dropping down from the rafters one after the other, just floating off the stages, just like constantly. Didn't know what to make of it at the time, like, wow, this is pretty bizarre.
Después de terminar la gira con Kurt y su banda, regresan a Seattle para trabajar en su siguiente álbum, Eight Way Santa, del año 91.
Many people will cite Eight Way Santa as being, the defining record, and in many ways it really was. It was very versatile, some fucking amazing, memorable songs on the record.
Dicho álbum es característico de un ritmo más suave que las anteriores, y no solo por eso, sino por la gran controversia que trajo la tapa de su álbum.
There was a phone call from our attorney, and I just knew it was bad news. That photograph that's on the cover? Those people, they saw it, and they're suing you.
Over to a friend's house, and they had been to a thrift store, and they had a photo album. They just bought the photo album so they could put photos in it, but they already had photos in them. We turned the page to this one shot, and it was this woman and this man to the gills. They're both stoned. You could tell they had that kind of pie-eyed look to them, and took that photo and we showed it to Bruce, and much like that look he saw when I played him the single for the first time, he's like, oh my God, this is awesome.
En Eight Way Santa también aparece una de las canciones más características, Jack Pepsi, el cual les trajo otros problemas judiciales con la marca original, debido al diseño de la portada del single.
So at that time we released a CD single, Jack.
We knew we had some really good songs, and we'd really gotten our legs together, and we knew how each other were playing. And this was Steve's last record.
He was, I think, not fully satisfied with the direction the band was.
Más adelante, luego de los problemas, cambian de productora y sacan a la luz Inhaler. En boca de todos, fue el disco más exitoso y criticado. Con el paso del tiempo, algunos miembros de la banda fueron reemplazados, con excepción de Tad y Kurt. Junto al nuevo Tad hicieron In Red Riding Hood, aunque no lleva mucho renombre como sus anteriores.
I tend to sort of blame myself that maybe if I'd worked harder, could have smoothed things over, that somehow we could have kept Gary in the band, and that he was a part of that Infrared Riding Hood recording.
Well, Infrared Riding Hood was the first record that we went as a three-piece.
That record was where things kind of got... I'm surprised that some of us made it through that.
Giant Records, la segunda discográfica que había contratado con Tad, suspende el contrato después de ver un póster promocional de Inhaler, en el que aparecía Bill Clinton fumando hierro. Eso llevó a la banda a la ruina.
It had nothing to do with this poster. It was just the brainchild of somebody who was working for the promotional company that promoted the tour. But we loved it. We thought it was a great idea.
At a major label, all of their bands get axed regardless of quality. Nobody's even listening to the music at that point. It's strictly a matter of bureaucratic musical chairs shifting.
When we got dropped from Giant, Josh bounced back like the rest of us did. But when we got dropped a second time, you know, it was a little too much, and I think it was a little too much for all of us.
Sin embargo, Tad siguió activa hasta 1999, año en el que se dio su separación definitiva. Luego de esto, cada miembro de Tad formó su propia banda musical, pero ninguno alcanzó el éxito que Tad había llegado.